So now we have celebrated Mabon. Mabon is now past. It's a holiday that is being celebrated between the 21st of September and the 23rd of September. This is the time of the beginning of it all, the beginning of a lot of spiritual energy that is being released everywhere in the world. That is because nature is about to go to sleep, and the dragon is one with nature. So Mabon is being celebrated by a lot of pagans. Pagans where we belong to as well, because the dragon's path is actually a very neo-paganistic path. It's from ancient times. And humans always celebrated this time of year, because now normally we go to the end of the year and we go slowly to the winter time, and that is a reason to be celebrated. Every change of nature is a reason to celebrate. Of course, in all of these religions, they said that this time of year should be like Christmas, for example. They made Christmas out of it, but actually the draconic holiday is the 21st of December. And also, very much a draconic holiday is the 21st of June, because that is also a change in nature. And one of the most energetic ones, the one of the most energy is Mabon, the 21st of September. That is also the end of the summer and the start of fall. And the fall is what I have seen inside of my path is the most powerful moment of the year. The most draconic awakenings occur and happen during fall or autumn. So because nature is going to sleep and the gates are much more open, because that is what Halloween actually means. Halloween means that the veil between us and the other side is at its thinnest. So the other side is also the dragon realms. And the dragon realms is being guarded by Leviathan. But in this time, Leviathan lets the spirits much more loose. The spirits to come to us. And so we need to reach out for the dragon in this time of year. Of course, I never actually reached out for the dragon. It was actually much more the dragon that reached out for me until I knew what was going on. And it was not in Mabon, but that is a time area, from the 21st of September until after New Year. In this time, this is when nature is sleeping all the time, and that is where my dragon has found a way to me, and that is where I also reached out for the dragon. So I celebrated Mabon every single year because it's something that you can feel, my brothers and sisters. It's in the air. Whenever fall is arriving, it's something that you should feel inside of your energy, you can say. It's your draconic spirit responds to that. It responds to Mabon. It's also a celebration where the dark and the light is at its balance. We go to the darkness, but now in Mabon, it's as well as light as there is darkness. And that is where the dragon is all about. They are all about balance, not choosing between light and dark, but always in the middle of it. So when it's spring, and it's in the middle of spring, so Easter or Ostara is also a very interesting and very powerful draconic celebration. So actually when it's Easter, so everything comes to life again, and the main symbol of that is the egg. Of course, it's strange that humans always celebrate something, a holiday of life, new life, with death, because they always have to kill something for it, like a lamb or things like this. That is what religions do. But in fact, the true spirituality says that you should celebrate life during Ostara. But during Mabon, we celebrate death and we celebrate going to sleep. And so it's in spring, it's a resurrection, but now in Mabon, we celebrate the darkness, where we go to the darkness. And that is where Mabon is heavily demonized for a celebration of darkness. And the darkness is also where you can be one with your dragon. So Mabon is actually not really a recognized holiday, and a lot of people don't even notice that. But in your spiritual path, you should actually know that your dragon, most of your dragons, actually has the most energy during that time area. starting now. It all starts now until New Year and even later on. So I met a lot of people actually that also in this time has been awakened because their dragons are allowed much more to them. So the veil between us and our dragons are much more thinner starting Mabon. But during Halloween or even later than that, this is the moment where we connect with our dragons much better. So most of the dragons are much more powerful then. And that is, of course, very much a reason to celebrate this. How to celebrate Mabon? Well, actually, I celebrate Halloween much more than Mabon because that is the center point of it. Halloween is also being said to be the last day of the year. And that is also where Mabon starts. It's actually the start of a countdown until the end of the year. And the end of the year, and that is what people actually don't understand why it connects with the dragon. But the dragon comes to us much more easy during that time area. And that is, people don't see a celebration for that. Well, I do because I can smell it, I can feel it. In my spirit, in the spirit or by my side, my dragon eye flourishes during that moment of change in nature, when we go to the darkness. And we shouldn't be afraid of that darkness. We shouldn't be afraid of the openings to the void. We shouldn't be afraid of the openings of the unknown, because that is where people are so afraid of. That is also the celebration of Mabon. We go into the unknown, and sometimes we don't even recognize ourselves. We don't even know who we are. But this is the moment. This in Mabon, we actually also celebrate the discovery of who we truly are, because now we go to the dark, and in the darkness you cannot see anything. But that is just it. We shouldn't be afraid of that. We should just embrace it. Embrace the darkness. Embrace what is about to come, and embrace the unknown, because that is what it was. I didn't know about the dragon, and the dragon was there to touch my soul, and I didn't know what was going on. I was going completely into the unknown, but I was ready for it once the dragon was there. So I was awakened in November. So also inside of that time area, you can say from Mabon to New Year and even later than that. Because like I said, nature guards everything. Nature controls everything. But once nature is going to sleep, nature is allowing all of these spirits out. So they have much more power of the spirits, as powerful as the dragon is. The dragon is a very, very powerful spirit, and is not a spirit of the dead, but a spirit of other sides. They are alive, living spirits. And inside of Mabon, we also celebrate the start of the dragon's time, because that is what I call, it's the time of the dragon. It's the moment of the dragon, the time of year of the dragon. Of course, there can be draconic awakenings also happening during Ostara, or during winter solstice or summer solstice. Like I said, every change in nature is a celebration worthy, every of them. But Mabon, now that this happened, now that this is past, we are in the time of the dragon, the time of year of the dragon. So when you do rituals for the dragon, normally this moment, it should happen much more easy to be a dragon witch and to connect with your dragon. I don't know if that also happens to you, but I've met a lot of people where this is actually the case, where we actually connect with our dragons much more, and so much more awakenings happen, because they can show themselves, they can let themselves be much more known whenever nature is going to show themselves their last beautiful smile. And that is where the dragon is one with. They are one with nature, but they also want to be one with you. And the only thing that you need to do is notice them and reach out for them in this time of year. So for me, for example, I do a Mabon ritual every single time. And for that sole reason, for Mabon, I created my dragon altar outside with candles and everything everything in order for the dragon, everything what the dragon has done for me. And I know that your dragon and every dragon does so much actually to come to us. They move heaven and earth all the time to be with us. And in Mabon, it's much more easy for them to do that, to move heaven and earth, and to connect with nature and to connect with you. And that is where we are becoming dragon witches. We are dragon witches because we are not reaching out for them, but they are reaching out for us. But if you don't think that you don't have a dragon, well, try to reach out for them in this time, in this moment, during Halloween or after Halloween. Mabon is the start of an entire moment, an entire time of the dragon. It's the moment of the dragon, you can say. There are a lot more other spirits as well, but to me, I don't really mind that. I've seen this with other witches, trying to connect with their spirits, trying to connect with their gods. And whenever Mabon has passed, or going to the winter time, going to the darkness, I've seen that also with them, it's much more easy to connect with their spirits and their gods. But with us, it is completely the same. The dragon is much more powerful now. So whenever you are trying to do a ritual, do it now, or do it during Halloween, or during winter solstice, also very good. I will never forget the winter solstice of 2005. It was something so powerful, where my dragon has shown me the dragon realms, the void, and everything that I need to be shown. So I learned so much after Mabon, when Mabon has happened. And that is where we can learn as well. We have to learn, we have to know, we have to experience to know everything about our dragons. So Mabon is actually a draconic holiday, even though it's not very well known that it is a draconic holiday, but every change in nature is a draconic holiday. And of course, how you want to celebrate it is completely up to you. If you want to give offerings to the dragon, like food or something like this, well, do that. Try to connect with the dragon during with giving offerings for your dragon and giving whatever you actually desire for the dragon. And if you want to do rituals for the dragon as well, try to do rituals completely your style. Don't look at someone else. Let the dragon show who you really are and that you are ready for them in this moment where the dragon is at their strongest.